Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got breaking news. The Eagles decide to trade J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to the Seattle Seahawks for cornerback Hugo Madi.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast, and we got breaking news. Yesterday on Go Talk, we discussed that JJ was a healthy scratch in practice, and we thought that he was going to get cut, but Howie Roseman able to finagle a trade and still bring us back something, and we're going to talk about all this, but I'm glad to see that no wide receiver will get a pass. You got to earn it. And he couldn't even do it at a tight end position. And the crazy thing is he's going over to the Seattle Seahawks where DK Metcalf plays, who was drafted behind him, but he's the one with the max contract. We got a lot to talk about, but before we get into it, help your boy out and hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding that bell so you know when these videos drop. Leave a comment, say whatever you got, good, bad, ugly, sad. The comments and the likes help me out tremendously. Y'all killed the like button last video when I was outside due to no power. Almost 1,000 likes. Appreciate the love. Let's talk about the umbrella man. And it's just been a unfortunate situation, right? From not being able to play to when he's playing looking lost to even doing something like this. Look, I love my mom, and there's nothing against them as people, but you can't come into a city like Philadelphia trying to be a dominant wide receiver just using an umbrella from your mom on a sunny day. It just can't happen. Now, Tom Pelissero was the first one to report this trade. The Eagles are sending J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to the Seattle Seahawks for DB Hugo Madi per sources. Now, when I look at this tweet from Tom Pelissero and I scroll down, right, the first play that one Eagle fan put up, Florida boy Corey, was a special team play. Let's take a look at this special team play made by Hugo Madi. And it's a big hit. Look at this. Bang! He gives him no time to do nothing. And what did JJ do for this team as a second-round pick? Well, he was our special team guy, a guy who can block. And so I think this helps both players. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has a slight chance to make the roster for the Seattle Seahawks, right? And last but not least, Hugo Madi might have a chance to make the roster for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's look at what he was able to do in his career in the NFL. According to Tim McManus, said Madi has 12 starts over his 3 NFL seasons, had one interception, 6 pass breakups, and 54 tackles for Seattle in 2021. Eagles add a player who could provide some versatility and depth if he sticks. Arcega-Whiteside recently converted to tight end. Seemed like a long shot to make the roster anyways. This is his quote tweet on the breaking news of Whiteside out the building. Now, on Go Talk yesterday, I talked about giving Reagor a shot at punt return, and that is not my first choice. I rather Covey. I rather Huntley. I rather Quez. But we talked about A.J. Brown returning punts. We can't be doing that with our $25 million guy. What I'm saying is this. If you were on the roster and you want a chance to make it, you got to try out at every single position. Do I think we should just gift Reagor the special team position? No. But if you are cashing paychecks by the Philadelphia Eagles, you got to go earn it. So what I'm saying is this. I do not believe he's good enough to be a fourth wide receiver. I think it should be, of course, A.J. Devontae, Quez, Zach Pascal, even Greg Ward over Reagor. But if he's going to make the roster, which is no guarantee now because Howie in the front office, whether it's Nick, whether it's Howie, is saying we can't keep all this dead weight around anymore. I understand when people were reacting in the chat, Mike, why would you give him the punt return job? He was horrible last year. I agree. I'm not saying give it to him. I'm saying we got a couple more joint practices, a couple more preseason games. Let him try. If he falls flat on his face like he's been doing, well, then that's even more of a reason to cut or trade him. However, if he's getting a paycheck, he can't be sitting on his butt. And I do think there's a skill set there. I think it was in his head. And he has came into camp with the right mindset. Not saying it's going to get him anywhere, but he knows. Third year for Arcega-Whiteside, did nothing, traded. This is the last year. He's either going to get traded, help the Eagles out with any little minimum way he can, or he's going to be on another team. If it's up to me, just because I say give him a shot don't mean I want him to be the guy. If he can't do it, he can't do it. I want to just move on for guys like Whiteside. Thank God we did. And move on from guys like Reagor. And he could be next. Him seeing this could really put things in perspective for Jalen Reagor, and it needs to. Again, I'm not sure all what this Ugo Amadi guy's been able to do, except for what has been provided to us from Tim McManus. But again, we got so many young and depth pieces at the cornerback position, from Zach McPherson to Tay Gowan to Kerry Vincent Jr. to Josh Jobe to Mario Goodrich. Add this one to the group of guys and let them all fight it out. You know, iron does sharpen iron, and it is what it is. Let's real quick look at what I said on Twitter. Let's look what I said on Twitter, if I can find what I said. Let me pull that up real quick, if I can do it. So this is what I said. Let me click on it. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is being traded to the Seattle Seahawks for defensive back Ugo Amadi. Not sure who that is, but it's good to know that we won't just be keeping any wide receiver on the roster. And again, people in the comment section, let me know. I'm not trying to say Reagor deserves a spot. It's all about, while you're here, we're going to ask you to show us again. Can you do it? If you can, cool. If you can't, you gots to go. No more collecting dead weight on a team that is ready to compete, and that's what I believe the Philadelphia Eagles are. Shout out to everybody that commented. He needed a change of scenery, nothing personal, but it just wasn't going to work out in Philadelphia. I agree. Doug said JJ's numbers need to be retired. He will be sorely missed. There's some sarcasm for real. Batman said Amadi was going to be waived. We basically, just cut him pretty much. Shout out to everybody in the building who comments. Jose Serrano said, best of luck, bye. That's how it got to be at this point. But with all that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And again, I understand why y'all were mad at me about the Reagor take. And it's not me saying I want Reagor on this team. I'm not trying to be the one to say that I believe year 3 will be different. But while we are at the preseason part of the season, go try it again. Who cares if we win any preseason games, right? It's about knowing what you got going into the season. I would take Covey. I'd probably take Devin Allen. I'd take Jason Huntley all over Reagor. But if he's going to get reps at the wide receiver position, where he was tremendously bad at too, let's give him some reps at kick return so we don't get some guy who's important hurt. And then we can just see. And mind you, as we're trying to shop Reagor in the preseason, if he does return a kick return or a punt return, or does pretty decent at the wide receiver position, well, now he's looking better for a trade. Heck, maybe the only reason why we traded J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is because he caught that one ball. Maybe that one catch that he had gifted him to the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. Like I said, we almost got 1,000 likes on the last video. And guess what? The more likes, the better chance we get rid of Jalen Reagor. And if that's what you want, hit that like. Subscribe if you are new. Real quick, I am going to be live at 7 o'clock. But it's not going to just be me. It's about to go down. NFC East Roundtable. Cowboys fan talk representing Cowboy Nation. Boo, boo, boo. 17 penalties in your opening preseason game? Trash. Giants will be represented by The Entertainer. And Washington will be represented by the real Ed Oliver. And, of course, Philly Mike will be holding down the Philadelphia Eagles all day, every day, for sure. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! On that note, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Ugo Amadi, Jalen Reagor, the fact that we're cutting dead weight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you just don't know what you want to say, just drop the hashtag Eagles or some bird emoji in the chat. We love it. Until next time, y'all know what time it is, which will be in a couple hours. We out.